Hello friends, welcome to the YouTube channel Scientia World. I hope everyone is fine. So today we will go through the topic that is nucleophilic substitution reaction. What we will do is in starting we will go through some of the important points of each reactions like SN1 reaction, SN2 reaction in this video, and then we will see the particularly chemical equation, and then we'll see some of the points of these reactions, and let's start first. We will understand. Now substitution is nothing but the replacement of one group by the another group, right? That is called substitution. Here what we will do, nucleophilic substitution means we will substitute the nucleophile. What I have written is, since it is a nucleophilic substitution reaction, so there will be one incoming nucleophile and one outgoing nucleophile. It means in the reaction there will be one nucleophile. That nucleophile will be replaced by the incoming nucleophile. The nucleophile which will go, that is called outgoing nucleophile or leaving group, and the nucleophile which is going to get attached to the substrate, that is called incoming nucleophile. Nucleophilic substitution reaction, nucleophile substitution can take place at carbonyl group, that is C double bond O, as well as saturated carbons, right? That is tetrahedral carbons. We see in saturated carbon there will be SN1 reaction, SN2 reaction. SN1 is nothing but unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction, and SN2 is nothing but bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. In SN1 reaction, these are some points need to remember, and then after remembering this point, if you perform a reaction, easily you can remember, right? So let's start. Unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction, this is two-step reaction, that is non-concerted reaction. This is first order reaction. Here intermediate will be carbocation. Carbocation is of planar geometry, okay? And in carbocation, for this, in SN1 reaction, stability of carbocation matters. So for its stability, rearrangement can take place, and it does not depend upon incoming or outgoing nucleophile because it's a first order reaction. It depends upon only the stability of substrate. It means it depends upon the concentration of substrate. How we can say that first order reaction is, rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the reacting species, and here reacting species will only be the substrate, does not depend on incoming or outgoing nucleophile. Here polar protic solvent can be used. This type of reactions are carried out under polar protic solvents. If there is an electron releasing group, rate of the reaction will increase, okay? Like if you have a phenol, and phenol is a group OH. O will give electrons to the benzene ring. It means it's going to increase the rate of the reaction. Since we have the carbocation, right? If in first step we will get carbocation, that will be rate determining step. So if there is carbocation, incoming nucleophile can attack from the both sides, right? So first we will going to have one retention product, that is the same product, just replacement of, same configuration, and inversion product means attacking from the back side of the carbocation will be obtained. If we have a chiral center in the substrate, then we will get a what we will get? We will get a racemic mixture, because one will be retention product, one will be inversion product, right? And if there is no chiral center, there will be no racemic mixture, right? Now this is a general mechanism. I'll make you understand now that I think you have gone through all the terms, that is points. Now this is a general mechanism, that is, here we have three carbons, three different groups attached to this carbon, and this is a leaving group denoted by L. and this is chiral center because 4 different groups are attached to the carbon. We have used nucleophile. Now what happens is we will get this product. Retention product is nothing but the nucleophile is attached at the place of living group, and inversion product is nothing but nucleophile have attacked from the back side and we got a inversion product. We will get both these products. That's the reason we call it racemic mixture. Racemic mixture is optically inactive because this might be plus, this might be minus, right? Positive negative will make neutral. This is the first step. I have written mechanism. The removal of this nucleophile will be redetermining step, that is called carbocation. We will get a nucleophile will attack. We will get two products, that is retention product as well as inversion product, right? This is the graph. How we represent is the graph. We have tertiary halide and it undergoes a reaction slowly and it forms a carbocation. This is the intermediate, right? This is the first step has been completed. Now second step, when we will add there will be an incoming nucleophile reaction. That reaction will be faster. Second step is going to be faster. How we will write rate is directly proportional to the reacting species. Reacting species is tertiary halide, as you can see here, right? Now let me ask you a question that if we have taken here 1 mole of substrate and 3 moles of nucleophile, let suppose that, then does there will be an what we say is faster reaction will occur or not? How many moles of product we will get? Definitely comment your answer in this comment section, and answer will be 1 mole because it does not depend upon incoming or outgoing nucleophile. It just depends upon the substrate. Let me ask you another question, that if we double the concentration of the substrate, first we have taken 3 moles of nucleophile, right? If I say that I have doubled the concentration of substrate, now the reaction product will be doubled or not? And let me know your answer in the comment section. And answer is yes, product will also be doubled. Now we will see SN2 reaction. SN2 reaction is nothing but bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. Since it's a bimolecular, it depends upon the substrate and incoming nucleophile. Okay, it means it depends upon nucleophile as well as reactant. It's a second order reaction. How you write order? Rate is directly proportional to the concentration of reacting species, and we have here reacting species are 2, that is substrate as well as nucleophile. Here I have written the single step reaction. We will not go through the intermediate in this reaction. We are going to get a transition state. That's the reason I have written no intermediate, only transition state, that is trigonal bipyramidal geometry. Now here rearrangement do not take place. Walden inversion will take place. In SN2 reaction, the inversion which will take place, that is called Walden inversion. Here good nucleophile, good living group or good incoming nucleophile will increase the rate of the reaction. It can take place at polar aprotic solvent. It means here polar aprotic solvent is used. Electron withdrawing group increases the rate of the reaction. If there is steric hindrance, obviously in SN1 reaction we want stability of carbocation. Carbocation stability means there is steric hindrance, right? Tertiary carbocation are more stable as compared to secondary and then primary. In SN2, primary will be given more preference than secondary than tertiary. Steric hindrance decreases the rate of the reaction. This is a general mechanism. This nucleophile will attack this primary, and then we will get this transition product. Here 2 positive charge should be written. Okay, this is the exact method need to be written. This is a transition state, trigonal bipyramidal, and we get the product is nucleophile is attached from the back side. It attacked from the back, right? Here there is halide, it gets space from here, it attacks and it gets removed. Now this is the graph. Nucleophile and halide will react, we will get transition product. You know the transition product is this one. and then this is the product. Okay, now I have written this. We will do some examples, that is questions. We have methyl. There is no steric hindrance, right? Methyl is primary cation we will get after this halide. SN1 reaction will take place? No, because it's not a stable cation as compared to tertiary cation. Tertiary carbocation is excellent in SN1 reaction but does not get performed in SN2 reaction. Does not perform second SN2 reaction, right? In SN1 and SN2, secondary carbocation performs moderately. In primary, if you see, SN2 are good, but SN1 does not take place. Here, unhindered is, it will attack from here, it will go. Forms carbocation reluctantly and attack hindered. Readily forms carbocation. We will see here some of more examples. Here after removal of this chlorine, what chloride ion we will get is here primary positive charge. So it probably will perform SN2 reaction. This is secondary. Already we have seen here that secondary can perform good in SN2 reaction, moderate in both, right? So secondary can do SN1 but not very well. This is tertiary, it's very good for SN1. Here after removal of chloride ion we will get a positive charge. Vinyl positive charge, right? Here we'll get positive charge and there will be a resonance. SN1 is alright. And here we will get allyne cation, right? At a secondary at one end. And then this one. There is also relative rate is 13,000. Not 13,000, it's like 1,30,000. Because allylic cation is tertiary at one end compared with simply tertiary. It means if you compare this tertiary carbocation with allylic, this tertiary allylic cation, it performs well for the SN1 as compared to this. And now this one, where phenyl is attached. It's also primarily, but allylic and benzylic both are there. But to remember that this allylic cation, which is tertiary at one end, performs well than tertiary. Okay, now in this way I think you got the point, and this is for SN1 reaction took place in ethanol, that is polar protic solvent, right? I hope you liked the content and understood very well. We will go further, and this I have taken from Clayden. After going through this video, once go through that book, and thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.